We're going to be looking at how to factor out a greatest common factor today. And to do that, we're going to start up top here by distributing that 4x. So if I take the 4x and I multiply it by x, that's going to give me 4x squared because of that x times x. Remember, this x is just a 1x, so I multiply the 4 times 1 and then the x times x, and that's how I get that 4x squared. Then I'm going to distribute to the 1, so 4x times 1 is just 4x. And that is my distributed expression multiplied out. So when we factor, what we're doing is we're going from a multiplied out expression back to a factored form. So we're looking at what we can take out and go the opposite direction. So when we distributed, we went that direction. And when we factor, we go the opposite direction and take something out. Now, what I want to start with is noting that not everything is going to have a greatest common factor. 2x plus 3, for example, if we look at that, 2 has only factors of 1 and 2, and 3 only has factors of 1 and 3. So the most I can divide out of both of those things is a 1, and that doesn't change anything about this. So this one is can't be factored. The next one, I have 2x plus 8. So my, just to list this off, my factors of 2 are 1 and 2. My factors of 8 are 1 and 8, and 2 and 4. So the greatest number on both of those lists is a 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 2, divide out of both of those, and put it out front. So I'm going to put the 2 out front. And to get 2x, I would do 2 times x. And to get the 8, I would do 2 times 4. So this is going to be plus 4. You can also think about it as when you take this 2 out, you're dividing each of these by 2 and putting it out front. And you can always check if we distribute this, we'd get 2x plus 4. Nope, sorry, plus 8. And that's what we started with. So it's pretty easy to check that. We can also have expressions where it's not just a number that we can divide out of both terms, but also a variable. This has an x squared and this has an x, so each of those can be divided by an x. So I'm going to start by dividing out that x. So I'm going to take one of those x's out and put it out front, divide it out. We're going to divide more out in just a minute, but multiplying x to get 4x squared would be 4x, and then minus 10. So you can see if I distributed this through, this would be 4x squared minus 10x. But if I look at this 4x minus 10, 4 and 10 both have a common factor of 2. And that's the greatest common factor because 10 isn't divisible by 4. So I'm also going to divide out a 2. I'm going to write that up there. So out front, and the color coding has kind of lost all meaning at this point, sorry. I'm going to have 2x. 2x times 2x gives me 4x squared. And then 2x times negative 5 is going to give me 10x. So this step isn't necessary. I just wanted to show you the dividing out the x. But if you look at this, both of these are divisible by 2. Both are divisible by x. So we can take that 2x out. So that's factoring out the greatest common factor. And that's a skill that you're going to need when we go into factoring the quadratics.